Being an entrepreneur can be hectic, busy, and quite frankly, tiring, but it is definitely rewarding. Over the last 3 years, I have built a hair company, tried to make meaningful content, and have started building a sisterhood community with my best friend. But as much as I have built these things, they have also in a way built me. I often say your business can only grow as much as you allow yourself to. And so in today's video, I wanted to talk about some entrepreneurship mindset stuff, things that running businesses has forced me to do every single day. Hello beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. I hope that you are all doing well. Whilst this video really is about the bigger picture of entrepreneurship and some serious mindset stuff, I also wanted to share with you things that I get up to in my day-to-day. Every day looks different, but I thought I'd just put in, I guess, some vlog style stuff for you guys to see what it is my days kind of consist of. My days are often filled with meetings, phone calls, many phone calls to Renee about To My Sisters and the podcast, and also a lot and even more editing. I edit so much. From the audio podcast to the visual podcast, literally editing is what I do. I'm always plugged in to my laptop. And so sometimes I do actually have to escape by listening to a banging playlist, going to work out whilst listening to some music, or sometimes even listening to podcasts or audiobooks so that I can find inspiration, motivation, and also learn some new things. And with all of that, one thing I always need to make sure that I have on me is a good pair of earphones. I literally have earphones in my ears, maybe like 12 hours a day, and I'm not over exaggerating on that one. So when Technics reached out to me to test out some of their earphones, I said, okay, challenge accepted. Can the EAH AZ60 earbuds keep up with the busy life of this boss babe? That's the question at hand. So I'm going to be testing them out over the next few days, including the work day that I'm showing you in this video, to see if they make my life sound a little bit better. But without further ado, let's get into the 3 things entrepreneurship has challenged me to do every single day. The first thing is pushing myself to be excellent. That basically involves showing up every single day and trying. As an entrepreneur, it means asking myself, how do I get better? How do I make this product better? How do I make my edits better? How do I show up for brands better? How do I show up for my online community better? And pushing myself on how I can constantly improve and evolve as a person so that I am constantly churning out my best. Now, my best may look different every single day, but I often try my hardest to be excellent in everything that I do, to be consistently excellent across the board, and to not let things slip in terms of quality, output. I often see things as a reflection of myself, and so for me, producing excellent work to the best of my capabilities, even if the excellence is just in the consistency, it really does matter to me. And I'm trying to do that more now as an entrepreneur across the board, because I've seen it produce consistent results. Consistent effort often produces consistent results. And those results may not be the same all the time, and they may not be according to your projections and stuff like that. But I have definitely noticed that the more effort you give and the better the effort, oftentimes the better the output. Ways that I've had to challenge my mindset in doing this is sometimes even pushing myself physically to constantly get better, constantly be able to do more and to do more quicker. So for example, in the gym, that looks like progressive overload, but in entrepreneurship, it's often me pushing everyone that I work with, not only myself, but my suppliers, my contractors, my co-founder even, to think bigger, do better, and think and ask ourselves, how can we take this up another notch? Good morning. So today I am walking through a day in my life, and my day started off with some very light admin. I just did it on my phone. Today is Monday, so I was catching up on emails from Friday. I actually have a brand video which I was waiting to get approved, and it got approved first time round. Yes. Usually my content doesn't get approved first time round. Like, you just have to make some tweaks to it, whether it's like the messaging, or maybe they want you to add like different stuff into it. But this one was like spot on first time, which I'm super happy about. It just means that I'm improving in my content creation and my understanding of briefs and stuff like that. So yeah, super proud of myself. But because that got approved on Friday, I was just kind of feeding back that email thread and scheduling stuff and stuff like that. So super easy stuff, easily done from my phone. So I typically do that. I try not to hop on my laptop in the morning. And then I got ready to go to the gym. So I'm about to go to the gym. I need to get my workout in. I've been listening to string music. Not classical. I've been listening to string quartet covers of pop songs, and it's been fantastic. I'm not gonna lie to you, just try it. Just try. Maybe I'll put a playlist down below, but it's sick. When you are lifting heavy and you hit a crescendo, bliss, I'm telling you, pure bliss. But yeah, I am going to be heading to the gym, and then the rest of the day pretty much looks like preparing for the CDB London sale. So I've got stock that I need to, well, I've got inventory that I need to kind of do like a quality check on and kind of give feedback, because Black Friday is very soon, so I need to prepare for that. Probably will hop on a call with my supplier. I've got a meeting with Renee. I've got to record some content, and then I'll try my best to edit some To My Sister stuff as well in advance. So our season is nearly coming to an end, but there's still some edits and stuff that need to be done for some episodes. So I'm gonna try and pack all that into today, and then maybe potentially I'm gonna go and see my friends this evening. I'm gonna see. But yeah, follow me around today.
It's just you and me. Bonnie and Clyde, yeah, we're so young and so free. Now we get wild, yeah, they gon' talk about me, 'cause you all mine, so you better let them know about me.
Hey Annie, how are you? I am well, thank you. I had a look at the samples that you sent me and they're really, really good, but I feel like there are some tweaks we can make for the final sale. It also means investing in my business and investing in the things that I use, my equipment, my tech, especially as I'm producing more and more content for To My Sisters and for this channel. But even for CDB London, last year I had to invest in getting a bigger space so that I could have more inventory, so that we could start showing up better for our customers by offering next day delivery. Pushing myself to think about how can I show up better for my customers? How can I show up better in my business and actually allow my business to be great and excellent has meant I've demanded of myself investment, time, knowledge, having to grow as a person, grow my mindset, grow my finances, grow so much in order to produce the best and what I consider to be the best at the time. Now, this doesn't mean you have to find yourself in perfectionism. Absolutely not. But one thing you do have to be obsessed about as an entrepreneur, I've noticed, is progress. How do we move from this point? Every win is a win and it deserves to be celebrated, but what's next? And that brings me on to point number 2, dreaming big. Entrepreneurship has forced me to think bigger and dream bigger every single day. Oftentimes, I write down goals and plans and visions that, to be honest, scare me. They scare me because I may have never seen them before, may have never achieved them before, but they dare me to think bigger and be bigger. One thing entrepreneurship has definitely challenged me to do is stop playing small. Start thinking really big, shooting and aiming for the stars. And even if things don't work out, at least you'll land higher than you probably would have if you were aiming low. So actually putting my ambitions really high, striving for things that are bigger, thinking about greater projects that I can work on, better content that we can develop, better ways that we can serve people in the sisterhood, or being able to meet bigger sales targets. All of those things really do challenge me every day to stop thinking small, to stop limiting myself, to really have faith for bigger. How are you? I cannot believe this year has flown by so quickly, which this month did really, really well. The sisters been listening. they'd be listening. That episode actually did surprisingly well, so I feel like for the next season, let me just say the audio quality of these are really, really good actually. Like as I was having that meeting and even having my call with my supplier, they sound really, really good. And as somebody who has many meetings every day, from calling my suppliers, calling Renee all the time, it's really good to be able to have great sound quality. My studio is actually on an industrial estate, so there is always noise. There is always noise, traffic going by. But it's great to have earphones which actually cancel out all of that noise. So I'm impressed so far. And sometimes imagining bigger can actually be very difficult, because often you're thinking about things that you may have never seen before, or you've never achieved in your own life before. You haven't achieved them yet. And so for me, I actually do have to take time throughout my day to go and draw from inspiration. Whilst I may not have seen it in my life yet, whilst I may not have created it for myself yet, I need to see that it's possible. I need to hear that someone's already done it, and maybe even hear how they were able to achieve the thing that I am aiming for. So I often sit down and listen to podcasts and make notes, read books, or get my creative juices flowing by watching shows and films and even music. I actually am somebody who imagines a lot, and having a good playlist in my ears at the time actually really helps me to imagine things more. I've been loving listening to like classical string quartet music. I don't know what it is, but it really does get me thinking, and it really does have me feeling very creative. Whatever works for you though, classical music might not be your vibe. However, I have found that listening to music, watching shows, watching YouTube videos, really zoning out and focusing and creating an environment that allows me to be creative, even if it's just mentally, and trying to kind of come up with ideas and plans, has really helped me to try and dream as big as possible. I've always been quite an ambitious person, but I'm constantly having to push the boundaries of my own ideas and my own imagination. And so I highly recommend, if you don't already, to just spend some time every day dreaming. Just dream. Keep dreaming, daydreaming, dream in your sleep. Just think about the possibilities, thinking about what you're trying to create and how big it could be, or how well it could make you feel. Even if it's just about your personal life. As an entrepreneur, you need to be excited by the ideas of what it is that you are creating. And it may not be exciting every single step of the way, but you should be excited by the end goal. And number 3, constantly having to sharpen my talents. This kind of links into point number 1 about being excellent. However, I often have to spend time every single day thinking about how I can make my talents better. It's very easy to get complacent once you feel like you're good at something and it's making you money, but there is a constant need for you to evolve, for you to learn and for you to grow when you are the leader of a vision or the leader of a company. And so spending time every day really sharpening your talents, maybe not even learning more about new things, but actually the things that you currently have and are able to do. How do you make them better? How do you make the systems work better? How do you edit better? Like, this is what I often ask myself every time I edit a video or I edit a podcast. How do I improve the sound quality? How do I improve the visual quality? How do I improve our packaging at CDB London? And sometimes that looks like outsourcing, but oftentimes it just means taking time to be attentive to what it is I do. I spend a lot of time editing. Over my years on YouTube, I have spent a lot of time editing video, but since starting the To My Sisters podcast, I have had to start editing a lot of audio throughout the week and throughout my day. And so picking up on new software and learning those new softwares so that I can tweak the audio really has helped me to create an excellent podcast. And we often get a lot of compliments on the audio quality of the podcast, and we are trying our best, obviously doing it ourselves. And I think as an entrepreneur, oftentimes you have to show up and be multiple things at a time. With YouTube and the podcast, and even with CDB London, I'm the content creator, the marketer, I'm the producer, or I'm the co-host, or I'm the script writer, whatever it is. A lot of the time you're doing things on your own and it can get overwhelming, but you have to still try and be as good as you can be. And sometimes if you just can't can't do it or you don't want to do it, sometimes you have to find somebody who is better at it than you. I am so thankful that I now get to work with Renee and be a co-founder with her, because I'm so used to doing entrepreneurship on my own. And one thing that really helps you sharpen your talent is allowing other people to shine in their own talents and take things away from you. Renee is better than me at a lot of things. And so being able to rely on her strengths and vice versa, her being able to rely on my strengths in other areas, has definitely meant we've been able to push To My Sisters a lot further. And so as an entrepreneur, I'm constantly having to think every single day, how do I evolve and get better in my talent? And sometimes that means just being honest with myself and saying, I can't do it all. I'm not good at it all. There are people who are better at this than me, and I need their help. And that's the beauty of entrepreneurship, getting to collaborate with other people who are also evolving and also growing every single day. Hello beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. As you can tell, I'm actually editing late into the evening, and I won't lie, editing isn't my favorite part of the process. But once you get into the flow of things, it can actually sometimes be fun. Oftentimes editing the podcast, I just kind of get used to enjoying the podcast, laughing. The podcast is very enjoyable, you should listen to it. But because I edit so much, earphones can often get quite uncomfortable in my ears because I have them in for so long. But these are super lightweight. I have very small ears, so I just popped on one of the smaller earbuds, the soft tipped earbuds, and they're really comfortable, and also they sound great. As I'm editing, obviously I am in a space which has quite a bit of echo, but I've been able to use software to kind of tweak the audio, so hearing the amount of reverb that is in the audio track, being able to kind of tweak that. And obviously I can't have that without having very good earphones. So after a solid day of using these earphones, I can actually say they are very comfortable. They fit in my ears really snugly, and it really does give me that feeling that I'm immersed in sound, which really does matter to me because sound is really a huge part of what it is that I do. So overall, entrepreneurship really does cause a mindset shift, and it really is a lifestyle. And I'll be honest, it has definitely helped me grow as a person and become a better person. And talking about becoming better, I will not lie, for the day that I did test out the EAH AZ60 earbuds, they definitely made my day sound a lot better. I was making calls, having meetings, listening to podcasts, editing as well, which is really important for me to hear what the listeners of the podcast or the watchers of the video will hear. And I was extremely impressed by the audio quality. It's hard to obviously play what I hear to myself, but let me tell you, it was crisp. So if you want to know more about the EAH AZ60 earbuds from Technics, definitely check out the information down in the description below. Thank you so much, Technics, for trusting me to actually test out the earphones. I actually did say that I wanted to start doing some stuff in tech because I love tech, I buy tech all the time. And so this was definitely a dream come true, and hopefully you guys will enjoy this recommendation. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you do like content like this, let me know. Even if you want more day in the life stuff or more mindset stuff on entrepreneurship, definitely let me know, because the last 3 years have taught me a whole bunch of stuff. The good, the bad, and the ugly, and I'll be happy to share them with you all. But until next time, my good friends, I will talk to you very soon, and as always, stay beautiful and stay blessed. Mwah.